Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in. Doing something a little bit different today. I'm out here on the lake in the kayak. I got all my camping gear with me. I'm going to be doing an overnighter. I'm going to paddle out a couple miles, find a good spot to camp, and the goal today is also to catch some fish and try to get some dinner that way. I packed really ultralight, very minimalist for this trip, partially because I can't fit very much gear in this kayak, but also because I kind of wanted to put myself in a, semi-survival situation to see how I'll do. Literally for food, all I have is a little can of pre-made tuna salad, a little can of Vienna sausage, and an apple. And it is 4 o'clock right now, and that's all I have for the next 24 hours. So that's going to be a little bit more motivation later on when I start getting really hungry to really get on it and try to catch a fish. I knew if I brought a bunch of food and I wasn't catching anything, I'd probably give up, but I really wanted to put myself in the situation where if I really had to eat and I had to fish for hours on end, how I would deal with the situation. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yeah, so we're going to see how that goes. Not a lot of room to move around here when you got so much gear. Just got the essentials here, nothing too fancy. Then I got some night crawlers, which I'm primarily going to be using because I have way more luck with those than anything else. I like these little snells. Got this little clip here, I can unhook my bait really quickly and just put on a whole other hook. Pretty good spot. Anchor wise, I usually tie my anchor off to this string back here, and I got a string up front here. I usually tie it off to one of them. This is my new open face here. I'm going to be primarily fishing out of this one. Stick the bait caster in the rod holder. Let it do the work for me. Probably just took my bait, biting it hard. 6:15, been at it for about 2 hours now, no luck yet. The sun's gonna be going down here in about 2.5 hours. So I think I'm gonna go try to find a place to camp now, get my camp set up, that way I can be out here by like 7:30 for the, nighttime dinner rush. I would have liked to have more time to do this today, but I ran a 5K this morning and I decided that taking a 3-hour nap was more important than eating tonight, so it felt good at the time, but now I'm kind of wondering if I should have got out here earlier, had a little bit more time to fish. There's a peninsula in the distance here that I can see. It's about 300-400 yards away, and I remember it was semi-flat last time I was here, which flatness doesn't really matter. I brought a hammock, but it was pretty clear too. So I'm going to go check that area out, and hopefully it will be good. There's so many dragonflies in here, hitting me in the face. It's really a lot more lily pads in this area than I remember. It seems like they've gotten worse since it's later on in the year. I'm not sure if I've ever really been out here in late August. It's not very clear down here where I want to camp, so I might have to set up and trek back like another half mile up the lake here to get to a clear spot. It's too hard to fish with all these lily pads. Should be right around this corner. There's our spot. Well, this is the spot. It's kind of level right where I'm at here, and then goes up a little bit here, and then it's level up there. I got 2 trees up there eyed up already. I'm going to put my hammock up on. But here is my entire sleep system. This includes my hammock, my straps, my tarp, my bug net, and my down quilt. Everything I need to sleep tonight is in this bag. I see one little spot of poison ivy right over here. It's the only that I see in the area. I'm always very, very cautious around that stuff. I'm also seeing a lot of sassafras saplings around here, which is welcoming. I didn't bring really anything for beverages other than a couple cans of pop, and a little bit of sassafras tea might be good with my dinner tonight, if I'm gonna have dinner. Definitely using the bug net tonight. I camped at this lake one other time, and my entire arm was completely saturated in bug bites. I actually had the same bug net, but me and my wife, we sleep in the same hammock every now and then, and my arm was pushed right up against the bug net, and they were biting through the bug net. Total bumps. It was crazy. So I didn't bring a ridge line for my bug net. This is going to be interesting. Not too bad. My tarp only ties on each end. It's not held up by a ridge line. But I did figure out what I'm going to do for the ridge line, because my bug net has to hang off of a ridge line to not be like laying flat on me. But I have my 50 feet of paracord that I use for an anchor line. So I'm going to go out and still fish with the anchor and stuff, but whenever I come back, I'm going to pull the anchor up here and rig that line up so I'll have something to hang my bug net off of. So crisis averted on that. Okay, well, it is about 7:15 now. So I'm going to go ahead and trek back out and see if I can't catch some dinner. Let's get back out on that lake. $7.22. All right. That was a 10-minute vigorous paddle to get here. So I just got to leave myself that much time, or more, to get back. I saw them jumping here earlier. I think they're in here. This is like the only suitable fishing spot for probably another 100 yards or so. Even a lot of the spots that are clear of the pads, there's still roots and stuff everywhere. My camp is just past that peninsula on the other side. Well, it kind of sucks, but I got about 10 more minutes till I gotta start heading back. They're jumping all around me too. I feel like if I had an extra hour, I could catch something. If I don't catch anything, I'm probably not even gonna bother making a fire tonight. There's really no point. I don't know. Well, it was a valiant effort, but I'm gonna call it because I want to get back over there and still have some sunlight. And maybe, even if it's like a little bit darker, maybe I can fish off the coast there where I'm camped. A lot of lily pads, but there's about a 8-foot area maybe. Might be some fish in there, we'll see. That about does it. I was thinking too, if I didn't have an anchor, I do have like extra fishing line, so I could have hung up a ridge line with fishing line without even pulling the line off a rod. You know, that's something to keep in mind if I ever run into that again or something. Alright, well, it's getting pretty dark out now, if you can't tell. Really dark up in the woods. The mosquitoes are out in full force right now, so I got my long sleeves and long pants on, and there's really no point in just sitting out in the mosquitoes here, so I'm going to go up and just hang out in my hammock and listen to the sounds of nature. Planning on getting like a full night's sleep tonight if I can, and getting up super early. There are so many mosquitoes out right now, though I wouldn't be able to stand right here and fish. Yeah, I got DEET on, and they're actually not bothering me, considering like I can see like 50 of them right now swirling around the camera. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night, so I'll see you guys in the morning, and hopefully it's really early in the morning, and I can be out in the water and maybe catch a fish or two on the way out, so we'll see. Alright, well, all tucked in for the night. The amount of mosquitoes buzzing by my head right now is insane. It is really bad, but hopefully they're not going to bite me through this hammock. I'm layered up pretty good, so it shouldn't be a big issue. Alright, see you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:57 right now. I've been up for a very long time. Pretty much since about 4:30. I've just kind of been laying here waiting on the mosquitoes to die down because they've just been swarming and buzzing by my head literally all night long. Just now it seems like I don't hear a mosquito. So I'm going to go ahead and get up and start moseying around here. Looks like the lake is really fogged over. Looks pretty cool. It wasn't like that about an hour ago. So the fog just rolled in, and drink some water. I woke up about 3:45 with a really bad headache, and I think it's because I'm dehydrated. And I ran that 5K yesterday morning and didn't drink a whole lot afterward, and brought 2 liters out here. But the platypuses I put the water in, I didn't realize it when I filled them up, but they just stink. So I wasn't really digging drinking that water last night. You really gotta keep those things clean. You gotta drain them. Putting baking soda in them, letting them soak overnight or something works wonders, but I didn't do that, so it's just stinky. I'm gonna have to man up and just drink some of that nasty, smelly water. It wasn't my worst night's sleep in a hammock by any means. All I had was my little Costco down blanket for over top of me, and I got like 2 layers on right now. But I don't have an underquilt for my hammock. I really need to get one. So my back was pretty chilly all night, which I was prepared for. I knew it was going to be like that. But you know, sometimes I just like testing myself with colder weather sleeping and seeing how I do, and it wasn't too bad. I slept for about 4 or 5 hours straight at one point. That's pretty good. Really foggy out this morning. Let me go down here and see if I can't get a good picture of it. The lake's a complete whiteout. Pretty chilly. It got down to 59 degrees last night. Not too bad. Just a nice, cool summer night. So, while I was in my hammock last night, I had my dinner, which was a little can of Vienna sausages and pre-made tuna salad with crackers. There were 6 crackers in it. So that was my dinner. So I haven't really eaten a lot at all over the last 24 hours. And I have 1 apple. So that's going to be my breakfast. That and chug down some of my stinky platypus water. Seen a lot more poison ivy up there than I thought there was yesterday. So I got this little bar of soap. I'm just going to wash my hands and feet. If there's one plant I can identify better than every other plant, poison ivy. That was a huge buck. I couldn't count the points on it, but that was a gigantic rack. I've never seen one up close that big, other than driving by him on the road. He just came walking into my camp here. I had the camera right behind me, so I think he heard me when I turned it on. Not sure if that video is going to come out or not, but man, he was cool. Oh, that aftertaste. It's like a bad chocolate milk. Bummer. I got 2 poles in the water, no luck yet. I've been at it for at least 45 minutes now already. Really hoping to catch a fish this morning, just so, you know, something exciting happened this trip. It feels like all I've done is just kayak and set up a hammock and slept poorly. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying here for a little bit. But the trip wasn't a complete waste because I literally just saw one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I just watched a bald eagle just dive down in the water and snatch up a fish and carry it over the lake. Every time I've ever been to this particular lake, I've seen bald eagles. I know there's a nest like right up the way here. I was really expecting to see them yesterday. It's the first time I've ever went through this area where I did not see them. And they must have been hiding or something because they're out today, and it was really cool to watch one hunt. Well, just not getting it done today, guys. It's about 11 o'clock. I'd like to be home by noon, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's been fun. Not a whole lot happened, like I said, other than kayaking and sleeping. You know, I guess that's half the challenge, you know. So hopefully I'll get to come out again soon and I'll actually get to eat something I catch, and I'll put that on the to-do list before the year's up for sure. But yeah, still got a couple good big plans for the end of the year, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're not already. I appreciate the views. And I think that about does it. Thanks, guys.